Welcome to Echoes Untold, the channel where history whispers and we listen. Here, we bring you stories that have been forgotten by time, stories of courage, survival, and sacrifice. In today's episode, we delve into a story from the depths of World War II, a tale of tragedy and resilience that unfolded beneath the waves of the Ionian Sea. This is the story of HMS Perseus, a British submarine that met its fate in December 1941. Through meticulous research, eyewitness accounts, and modern discoveries, we piece together the events surrounding its tragic sinking and the extraordinary escape of one man who lived to tell the tale. Before we begin, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to uncover the whispers of history. Let's dive in. The HMS Perseus was launched in 1929, one of 6 Parthian-class submarines built to bolster the Royal Navy's underwater fleet. These submarines were designed for long-range missions, capable of operating far from home bases, with the endurance to patrol vast oceans and seas. At the time of its commissioning, the Perseus symbolized a blend of advanced engineering and the growing importance of submarines in naval warfare. By the outbreak of World War II, the Perseus was an integral part of the Royal Navy's Mediterranean fleet. The Mediterranean was a critical theater of war, where British forces worked tirelessly to counter Axis supply lines and maintain control of vital sea routes. Submarines like the Perseus played a pivotal role, launching attacks on enemy ships and conducting reconnaissance missions under constant threat from mines, depth charges, and enemy patrols. In late 1941, the Mediterranean was a deadly arena. The Axis powers, Germany and Italy, had fortified their naval presence, and the waters were heavily mined. Despite the dangers, the Perseus and its crew of 59 men continued their operations, fully aware of the risks they faced with every mission. On the evening of December 6, 1941, the HMS Perseus was patrolling the waters off the coast of Cephalonia, a Greek island occupied by Axis forces. It was a cold, dark night, and the submarine was running submerged, navigating one of the most perilous areas in the Mediterranean. Unbeknownst to the crew, the Perseus was heading into a minefield. At approximately 10 p.m., the submarine struck a mine. The explosion was catastrophic, tearing through the hull with incredible force. The shockwave rocked the submarine, causing immediate flooding in several compartments. Lights flickered and failed, plunging the crew into darkness. Within moments, the Perseus began to sink rapidly, coming to rest on the seabed at a depth of 170 feet, 52 meters. For the 59 men aboard, the situation was grim. The explosion had claimed many lives instantly, and the remaining crew members were trapped in a steel coffin on the ocean floor. Amid the chaos and destruction, one man, John Capes, a Royal Navy stoker, found himself in a position to attempt the unthinkable, and escape. John Capes was in the aft section of the submarine when the mine detonated. The explosion had rendered most escape routes inaccessible, and the submarine was quickly filling with water. In the torpedo room, Capes discovered the bodies of his crewmates, the grim reality of the situation sinking in. Despite the overwhelming odds, Capes refused to give up. He located a Davis Submerged Escape Apparatus, DSEA, a breathing device designed for emergency escapes. He also found 3 of his fellow crew members who were still alive, albeit injured and dazed. Displaying remarkable composure, Capes helped them don their DSEA equipment, preparing for the harrowing journey to the surface. Opening the escape hatch at such depths was a daunting task. The water pressure at 170 feet was immense, and the act of releasing the hatch could have been fatal. Yet Capes persisted. After what must have felt like an eternity, he managed to open the hatch and begin his ascent. The journey to the surface was grueling. Capes later described the sensation as excruciating, with his lungs feeling as though they would burst. The frigid water, complete darkness, and mounting pressure added to the difficulty. When he finally broke the surface, he realized he was alone. The 3 men he had tried to save had not survived the escape. Capes' survival in the water was only the beginning of his ordeal. Injured and exhausted, he drifted toward the coast of Cephalonia. Upon reaching the shore, he was fortunate to encounter Greek locals who took him in. Despite the island being under Axis occupation, the locals risked their lives to shelter him. For over a year, Capes lived in hiding, relying on the kindness and bravery of the Greek resistance. The resistance members, already engaged in a dangerous fight against the Axis powers, provided him with food, clothing, and medical care. They moved him between safe houses, evading German and Italian patrols. Eventually, Capes was smuggled out of Greece and returned to Allied territory, where he shared his incredible story of survival. For decades, Capes' story was met with skepticism. His account of escaping from such a depth and surviving seemed too extraordinary to be true. Critics doubted the capability of the DSEA to function effectively at 170 feet, and there were no other survivors to corroborate his tale. However, in 1997, Greek diver Kostas Thoctaurides discovered the wreck of the HMS Perseus off the coast of Cephalonia. The submarine was remarkably well preserved, and its condition aligned with Capes' descriptions. The escape hatch and the layout of the wreck provided compelling evidence that his account was accurate. The discovery transformed the story of the Perseus from legend to fact. It confirmed not only the circumstances of the submarine's sinking but also the extraordinary courage and resilience of John Capes. Today, the HMS Perseus rests silently on the seabed, a war grave and a monument to the sacrifices of those who served. It is a reminder of the dangers faced by submariners during World War II and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of overwhelming odds. The story of John Capes and the Greek resistance also highlights the profound acts of bravery and solidarity that emerged during the darkest days of the war. Their courage serves as an inspiration, reminding us of the strength that can be found even in the most desperate situations. Thank you for watching this episode of Echoes Untold, where history whispers, and we listen. We hope you found this story as inspiring and thought-provoking as we did. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support allows us to continue uncovering history's hidden echoes. Fact-check note: the discovery of HMS Perseus by Kostas Thoctaurides in 1997 confirmed many aspects of John Capes' account, including the submarine's condition and the feasibility of his escape. For detailed information, refer to The Last Dive of the HMS Perseus by Kostas Thoctaurides, as well as official Royal Navy archives. Stay curious, and we'll see you next time on Echoes Untold.